not every day is gonna be perfect. Today's one of those days. Yesterday I delivered a forklift. You guys never saw any footage of it. Took a forklift from Knoxville to Sylacauga, which is outside of Birmingham, Alabama, and that went without an issue. That was a one-day run. Did that in like 4 hours. Got done at about I think it was noon 30, 12:30, noon 30. Got done with that then. I was really hoping to have something else booked and be able to start running that same day, but I guess I sort of ran out of luck and all the good loads have sort of disappeared and they weren't popping up again. So that kind of sucked. I ended up sitting there parked for the night. Didn't have anything booked for tomorrow, aka today, and got up in the morning and was looking. There still just wasn't much good stuff, and it was starting to get a little frustrating. But eventually I found a short run. It's not the best paying load, but it was still decent, and I was hoping it was going to be quick. It ain't being quick. It was picking up in Birmingham, going over to Memphis. It's a load of steel pipe, pretty heavy, 19,900 pounds. So this will be my first super heavy load in a while. Finally see if the drop axle is good, but at least it's a short run. So, but I got here, well, I called on the load. It was about 9 in the morning, booked it, and waited and waited and waited. I started heading towards Birmingham once I knew that I had the load. I started heading that way, but still haven't seen the rate confirmation. About a half hour goes by and I call them back and they're like, yeah, we're having computer issues. We're trying to get that thing out to you. And they're like, okay, can you at least tell me where I'm going? And they never did. So instead I stopped and topped off on fuel. Another half hour goes by. So now it's about 10 o'clock. And actually it was a little bit later than that. I think it was about 10:15. Yeah, because I was right outside of Birmingham. About 10:15 the rate confirmation finally came in. I was about 15 minutes away. Get here, rolled in here, and the load isn't even ready yet. They're still making the bundles of pipe and whatnot. And that was at 10:30. It's now 11:30. Everyone's at lunch. So that's all we got on here so far. I think they said there's 14 bundles of these things. We got 6 at the moment. I think there's gonna be 2 more of those medium-sized ones over there, and then there's a bunch of short ones they're gonna put here and then stack on the top. Got a tarp again. Been doing a lot of tarping lately, but that's okay, I suppose. But it's frustrating because I was hoping this would be a short run, be done in one day, and at this point, not gonna happen because they still gotta get back from lunch half hour from now, continue to make these bundles, which it took them an hour to get this far, and we're not even halfway there. So I probably won't be leaving out of here till 1:30, 2 o'clock. So we'll have to deliver in the morning, and I'm working on finding a reload after that. Talking to a couple people that I work with out in that way, see if we can find something. But I guess I just ran out of luck because the first half of the week was doing really good. The second half, not too much. We're still doing good this week, but this is putting a hurt in it. For as long as this is taking, I want it to pay more, and I'm gonna fight for a little bit more money on it, but I don't think it's gonna happen, but we'll see. And yeah, I'll get with you when we get done. Okay, I'm done for today. I'm gonna keep these on, it's bright out. So the week was going good and it's ending sour. So you haven't seen much recently of what's been going on. I picked up a load, well, I delivered the forklift, what was that, on Thursday, just outside of Birmingham in Sylacauga. I could not find any reload, even though I delivered that at like 1:30. Could not find anything for that day. So I parked it for the night, found another load of steel. You saw all that stuff. I finally rolled out of that steel plant after, I think it was 2:30, almost 3 o'clock when I rolled out of there. So the rate was good for the miles, but not for the amount of time it took. It took an entire day, and I was not happy with that. So I ended up parking it outside of Memphis and delivered first thing in the morning. That went smoothly, no issues there. But, actually I lied. The delivery went smoothly, but we're still having issues with the fuse blowing on the lift axle. We thought we had it figured out, and we knew what was going on, and we fixed it, but we didn't. I pulled into the truck stop that night, and granted this steel was 20,000 pounds, so it's the first time I've been super heavy in a long time. Pulled into the truck stop, and as I was cruising through the parking lot nice and slow in a straight line, it just, the fuse blew and the axle picked up automatically. So that really put a damper in my mood, because I was hoping that was fixed. So anyways, I parked, put a new fuse in, went to bed. In the past, when the fuse is blown, I haven't been weighing so much to where I could just, you know, cruise, you know, get to a safe spot, put a fuse in it, even though I'm overweight on the rear end. In this case though, when I was 20,000 pounds, that is way overweight for the rear end. And I left this morning, and my plan was to, because it seems to work fine when you're driving, it only blows when you're driving slow. So I left the airbags drained, because I knew they could barely support that weight, and I don't want to blow the airbags. I left the airbags drained, and I drove with the truck on the bump stops, which is like terrible to do, but I had to. I pulled out of the truck stop, went underneath the freeway, underneath I-22, got onto the on-ramp, flipped the switch, nothing happened. So I pulled off onto the shoulder of the on-ramp, I looked, and the fuse was already blown. So I was like, oh boy, here we go. So pulled that one out, put a new one in it, got onto the took off, went up the on-ramp. As soon as I was getting ready to merge into traffic, going about 20 miles an hour, I put the axle down, everything was good. It went down, stayed down. I was like, okay, cool. My next concern was driving off of the freeway, going to the plant that was delivering it. Sure enough, when I got off the freeway and stopped at the traffic light, the fuse blew and the axle picked up. So, but one thing that I noticed was that it was supporting itself. My weight gauge was showing that I was sitting at about 26,000 pounds back there, but it was holding itself. So I was just like, screw it, let's go, let's make this delivery. So I drove the last 3 miles to make that delivery, and it was delivering over at New Core Steel in Memphis. And if you've been there, you know how rough that road is going up to the plant. Now they paved some of it, but there's some big dips, some rough railroad tracks as you're going over to there. And the whole time I'm just cringing, you know, I'll hit a bump, I'll watch the weight gauge, you know, go bounce to show you. I'll watch this weight gauge bounce all the way down to like 28,000, you know, as the suspension's moving around. And oh, it scares me. I'm just waiting for, you know, a rush of air, and then the, you know, just the sign of an airbag going bad. But it never happened. I got unloaded, all was good. Anyways, that's where we're at. We picked up a load out of Memphis, going up back over to Atlanta, and it's a decent load, but unfortunately I'm stuck with it for the weekend. I can't deliver till Monday. It's the end of the day, Friday. It's actually only 3 o'clock. I got like 4 hours to drive to get to Atlanta, maybe even less than that. I'm right outside of Birmingham. This is Jasper, Alabama. I've stopped here before in this exact parking space. And I'll show you what we got. I had booked, it was 2 generators, and I was gonna haul them, but no, we're towing. So it was booked at 24 feet long. And the idea was to put this with its ass facing that headboard there, lower the jack some, and then put that one with its ass basically hanging over the tongue of the trailer. But these are not 12 feet long like they said they were. They are 14 feet long. So that means it wouldn't fit. But luckily, we are able to haul these. This one's the newer unit, and they have no problems with it being hauled. They just said, if the tire blows out, it's on me. So I took a risk. It's a 2019 trailer. Tires are looking good. It's pulling good. So I think we're gonna make it. But yeah, that's what we got. They're both about 8,000 pounds each. Overall, it's riding good. As you can see, I finally got the truck washed. They didn't do a very good job rinsing it though, because there's soap streaks everywhere. But let's back up this way so you can see the whole thing. Alright, so that's that. I'll try to get a little bit of driving footage tomorrow. I don't know where we're going to stop for the weekend outside of Atlanta. I'm still working that out. But we're going down the Forest Park. So it's on the south end. I'm going to try to find a quiet place down there. I'm not too sure what's all around there, but I'll figure it out. Find a place to stop. Do some more work on the truck. I don't have anything booked for Monday because I have no idea why I can book. Without the lift axle, I can maybe haul at most 15,000 pounds if it can be loaded correctly. But that's about it. So that kind of puts a damper into what I can haul. With the lift axle, I could usually do 23 to 24 safely. I don't like going over 22 to 23 though. So whatever, I gotta get that fixed. Oh, someone asked me the legality of the lift axle. So here, I'll jump out again. So when you get it installed or have any part of the suspension system modified on the truck, here's the original sticker. So we have the original weight GVWR was 33,000, 12,000 front, and then 21,000 rear. So that's the original sticker. If you come down here, this is the new one that they put in. This vehicle was altered by New Gen Services, which is where they all installed everything. So we have, let's see, so the gross vehicle weight rating is now 47,000. Front axle is at 16,000, 10,000 pound lift axle, and the 21,000 pound rear. That doesn't change. So they add this in here. They add a new sticker in here, which really doesn't change, but it's just your what size tires and air pressure and everything. The front end, it's still saying the 11R 22.5, but I'm actually running 295/80s on 22.5s, and they are good for 78.30 per tire. So just shy of 16,000 pounds. But that's how they do that. That's how you get away with that. So the truck is now a gross vehicle weight rating of 47,000, not 33. Never had an issue at the scales, knock on wood, and hopefully it stays that way. But anyways, I'm gonna go get cleaned up, get some dinner, and just relax. It's luckily nice and warm down here in Alabama, and I like that. So it's supposed to be sunny all week, and hopefully things will start turning back up again. It's Saturday. I decided I'm gonna do my 34 here versus in Atlanta. This is a nice area. Got plenty of places to eat, all within walking distance. So we're doing the 34 here, and I'm getting to work on running a new wire. So that's what we're gonna do. So here's the plan. Right down here's the switch. Can't tell if you can see it. right down there. I've already done the hot wire. I'm gonna get a new ring terminal and I'm gonna fish the line right through that hole that you see, and run it to the back of the truck. I got 25 feet of wire. That was all they had in stock at Truck Pro that I stopped at. I don't think it's gonna make it, but it's gonna be damn close. I got more wire, but ideally the less butt connections the better. So let's run that through the firewall. That. Take this. So I can put more tape back on it. Put this will plug back in here. I'll zip tie this all up, put tape around that. And maybe, just maybe, we solve the issue. I doubt it though. There's that ugly job. There's that ugly job. I think it's that selling liquid. I got one on order. I don't know if I said it. It's going to be shipping to Truck Pro back in Knoxville. It's a special order because I guess it's a special part. About $130 plus shipping. And we'll get it when we get it. Now, I got to replace the fuse. So there we have it. 30 amps fuse. So all that's left, put a new fuse in there, start the truck up, let air up, and we'll see if it works. Alright, moment of truth. I think I got everything hooked up, so switch is backwards right now, but it went down. Sorry for the wind, but I just came back here to get ready to air up some of my tires. And I know this wasn't here when I first parked. There's a full bag of fish. There's actually fish in there. It was just chilling back here. No idea why or how or when it got there, but it was there. Anyways, doing that. I'm gonna shower, I'm gonna edit this, and I'm gonna relax. Tomorrow we'll drive the last little bit into Atlanta. We'll park up out there and then deliver obviously on Monday. So that's the plan, and I'll talk to you then.